Hey, where'd you get the helmet, Garlic Show? I don't think it doesn't really fit you, but yeah, I'm not sure that that's so cool. Welcome to my cooking show, located at www.cookshow.ca. The other day somebody asked me if I knew how to make sesame chicken, and I've never even made sesame chicken before in my life, but you know, I gave a suggestion as how I might do it or put it together, and they nodded their head and I nodded my head, and I thought to myself that it actually sounds pretty good. So this is my kitchen. I rent a pretty much bachelor's area in Kelowna, British Columbia. I never really had a kitchen, so I bought a couple of tables and constructed, and I like to show everybody that you really don't need much of an elaborate kitchen in order to produce great food. So we're going to make some sesame chicken today. We're going to try it out. I've never made this before, but we're going to see how it goes, and enjoy the show. So perhaps before we get started here, I'll just give you guys a tour of what I got going on. A bunch of tables here, and I created a bunch of shelving racks with spices and different stuff that I want to use. So I've got an oven here, and I also have just a moderate stovetop cook-on. So how we usually begin a show is I introduce all the ingredients that we're going to be using. So you're going to need probably about 3 chicken breasts there. You'll need a number of bowls and stuff. This is plum sauce, and that's oil. I have sesame oil. As you can also see, we have some cilantro. I have some chow mein noodles in a bag. This is flour, and this is a mixture of panko and breadcrumbs. So I was thinking about grinding it up, but I'm starting to rethink that now. You're going to need an egg, a couple of eggs, so you can make a egg wash mixture. And that here is garlic powder. Down below, I also have a bottle of ginger ale that we're going to use too as well. So let's get going. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some of our plum sauce, and I had this idea to put some plum sauce into a bowl, and I was going to add some ginger ale. What I'm actually doing here is making just something for our chicken to marinate in. So I'm going to go ahead and stir that up. What I had imagined here is to cut this chicken up into about, I don't know, 3 strips or so, and then form in and make some cubes out of it. So I would do all 3, and you try to make the cubes all the same. I wouldn't do strips. So we got about a square size chunk. Just throw that into the marinade. We're going to start by making an egg wash. And usually this is a little bit of water, so when you're making an egg wash, adding a bit of water is probably a good thing too. I'm just going to whisk all this up. That chicken's been marinating for about half an hour. Probably leave it as long as you want. If you want to do it a few hours before or even the night before, you know you're going to make it. I'd like to introduce everybody to Gio. Hey, Garlic Show, you know what? So Gio, spelled G-E-O, he's short for AKA Green Onion, and of course Garlic Show doesn't like him. So that's, you know, that's to be understood. So, because we're just creating this recipe, and there really isn't a recipe, what I'm going to decide to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of sesame oil actually in this marinade, just to increase the sesame flavor. Once again, we're going to give that just a quick toss and stir. So when you're breading, what you're going to want, we have our order kind of messed up here, so you're going to want to go flour, and then egg wash, and then into the panko. So this here's garlic powder. I'm not going to use a whole heck of a lot of it, but we're just going to put some into our mixture and try to get it worked in. And I also thought that we probably might be a good thing to add a bit of salt to this. Use as much salt as you want. I'm not a big fan of cooking with salt. Get that mixed up. I will say, if there's one thing I really don't like doing, it's breading, so I'm going to use these tongs because I don't want to get my fingers coated all up and have to rinse them every 2 seconds. So just take each chicken and then put it in the flour here. Probably want to do these one by one. We're going to go into our egg mixture there, and then now we're going straight to the panko mixture that we have. There's also sesame seeds in there, and then you're just going to want to put it straight onto the pan. We're going to keep continuing to do all of these like this. What do you think, Gio? Are these looking good? So I breaded all our cubes of chicken, and what we're going to do is we're going to pop that in the oven for however long it takes, probably about 350, 375 degrees until these are starting to get golden brown. We're going to pull them out, and then we're going to brush them with a little bit of oil, and we're going to put them back in the oven. So this is what I'm talking about when I say a moderate kitchen. Like, look at the oven that I'm using. You don't need a big fancy oven in order to make great food. So here's our stuff. I'm just going to, we've set our oven to 350 degrees. I'm going to leave that in there probably, I would say, about a half an hour to 45 minutes. So we have our chicken in the oven, and I'm just going to prepare something to brush it with, and we're going to put it in there just for a little bit longer. So this is grapeseed oil. It's pretty healthy. You can use olive oil too if you want. This stuff's pretty powerful, so I'm going to mix just a tiny bit of sesame oil into what we're going to brush our chicken with. Get this oil so it's all mixed up. So what you want here is you want about a moderate brown. So I pulled these out, and they're, you know, I've actually flipped them once just to try to brown on the bottom. And we're going to use our oil here. You don't want to use a lot of oil, just a basic amount here. And what I would suggest actually is that I don't use those brushes with hair on it. So now that these are all covered in oil, I'm just going to take them and I'm going to put it back in the oven on broil, and not very long, maybe depending on your oven, just a few minutes. You might want to turn them again and get so they're nice and brown. So while we're waiting for that, I'm going to make a sauce. Again, you're going to want to use your plum dip here. You can make plum dip, but I mean, we're not going to go to that extreme here. I'm going to put in just a small amount of that, and very simple mixture. Don't use a lot of ginger ale, but we're just going to put in a bit. Let's give that a good stir. Alright, so we've reached a point that our chicken's done and we're going to begin our plating. So this is what I've decided to do. Not that you're going to eat cilantro with this dish, it's just more of a garnish. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move our sauce straight off to the side. I'm going to put our cilantro onto the plate. I'm going to reposition this. We're going to want to serve our dish with as well as a bed of crunchy noodles. So I'm going to lay down some. And then we're going to begin to line up all our chicken. Probably want to put 5 or 6 or however many. Depends on if you're serving these for a few people or whatnot. I've also decided that I think I'm going to add a tiny amount of soy sauce right to the center of that sauce and just give it a little pull. There you have it. You give it a sesame seeds in the sauce itself and on the dish. Here's our sesame chicken. I don't like that hat, Carl Show. I hope you never wear that again. So there you have it. Sesame Chicken brought to you by Rand Wayling at Century 21 Mountain View Realty. You can locate Rand's website online at www.castlegar.bcrealestate.ca. And Sesame Chicken down in the history books. Until next time, we'll make some more cooking shows. If you'd like to sponsor one of my cooking shows, you can contact me on my page at www.cookshow.ca. Just head to the contact section. My videos are embedded on thousands of websites, and your links typed into the title of the video. So it's a great way to get a whole bunch of cross links. See you next time.